J.C. Hall and Walt Disney each grew up with a passion for big ideas. Although they grew up just 1 mile apart in Kansas City, Missouri, it would take a very special character to introduce them years later. So 1932,
Yes.
first Mickey card.
Yes. So a lot of these cards you see here today, they're a little bit more elaborate. Mickey is actually shopping for the perfect card.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, he finds
Oh my gosh, it opens more.
that will do. And here it is.
Wow, Merry Christmas. Mickey had debuted only 3 years before their business relationship began, and Walt granted the Hallmark team unprecedented creativity.
We actually had such great talent in-house that we were able to have, you know, some fun with it, making sure to stay true to his original intent.
For decades, Hall and Disney bounced ideas back and forth through letters. These correspondences highlighted the similarities of their very ambitious dreams.
Both gentlemen had the idea of building a city within a city. Disneyland, more of an entertainment district, versus Crown Center became more retail, office space. So in 1960, Walt and JC actually partnered together to have a flagship store on Main Street. We actually created exclusive content for the stores at Disneyland and later Disney World.
Yet, there's one piece in the collection that really warmed my heart.
We have this signed photograph here that was proudly on display for decades in his office.
This photo hung there as a source of inspiration and a reminder of their enduring friendship.
So it says here, to Joyce Hall, all respect and admiration, Walt Disney.
Aww.
I find, you know, that friendship and what you kind of experienced, I find it so inspiring to hear that. And I know that their friendship inspired a DIY for you that we're going to make right now.
I think that there's something so sacred about writing a letter. So what I've created to share with you and our viewers, look at this. This is a keepsake that you can put all of your letters in that your children have written for years. Not only is it a keepsake because it's a baby blanket that you want to hold on to and cherish that forever, but also this is where you can store these very sacred letters.
So to start, we got to start with the base and how we're going to hang it.
Exactly. So the base, like I mentioned, is the baby blanket. So a lot of times we don't want to let go of these, but then they just sit in a box. So this is a great way to repurpose that. And so that's what I did here. So what I wanted to really create an envelope-inspired type of look. So this is sort of the, it's folded like this. I put my dowel in, but this one's a little bit longer because this is where it's actually going to have the rope to hang.
Okay.
And you just do your fold like this, and you fold it over. And what you want to do is just go in with some Fabri-Tac.
It finishes it so nicely.
It looks nice and
It really
clean,
does.
and it has that letter sort of feel. And then in order to hang it, I have just this eye hook right here. You can just see, and a lot of times, depending on what how big the dowel is, I'm using a 1/2-inch dowel, but if yours is thicker, you might have to pre-drill. Sometimes they can just twist in, but that's all I used there to hang it, and just put those on both sides, have the rope connected, and that is how you hang.
Easy enough, yeah, for sure. Okay, so now let's talk about these sweet little envelopes.
These are 6x6-inch squares, so mind you, this will depend on your blanket. So what I did was I did the square, and I created just a V here to keep the envelope type of feel, so that what you want to do is take your Fabri-Tac, and what you would do is you kind of go in, once you space everything out, so you, like I said, you can add everything onto here. Once you space it out perfectly, use a ruler and use your Fabri-Tac to place it on here, and you want to give it some time to dry, but you would do this on all edges here, leaving this open, and after that, I have the little top. So you want to have the top to your envelope, and you want it to be longer than the fold you have here.
Right, you don't want it just to kind of fit in perfectly. You want it to overlap a little bit like an envelope does.
Like an envelope does, exactly.
And it's all about these labels too, because it keeps track of everything.
It's great, it's a good way. You could do this in a number of ways. You could use puffy paint or anything like that. I ended up using fabric transfer sheets because I really wanted to look like I had a stamp. So fabric transfer sheets, they look like this. They come in a big sheet of paper, so you print it out, and every brand is going to be different. So make sure to read the instructions of the ones that you have. Some are dark, some are light. There's a million different ways. So make sure to just read the instructions. This was just a very easy iron-on, And that's all I did for those. So we have our years.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Keep things
for
organized.
Sure. Okay, now we've got these all laid out. We got to do some finishing touches that I like that you did here.
Yeah, so these are definitely optional, but they make it just extra sweet. So you can see I did just some yarn, and this is how you do the yarn. So this is a yarn needle. So all of our sewers out there, I know this, but this is actually just a shallow stitch. You don't see it on here because felt is very thick.
Yep.
So you just do the shallow stitch with that, and you can also glue if you don't want to stitch, and a button, and you can either do the same thing, either glue, do a dot of glue in the center, or sew it in the exact same way.
Beautiful. And then, of course, you've got to fill it with whatever you have.
This is some beautiful artwork that my son created. This is a Christmas tree, and that is his signature.
Oh,
so I'm going to put him in 2018 right over
better.
here. So this is what is really fun. And then each year you can go through and you see what they wrote or they drew. You just do this, and you can just seal it up.
Incredibly
just like
sweet.
that.
Thank you so much. Like I say, this is perfect for us as well. I'm sure many of you at home. But you can enjoy the long and beautiful friendship that Hallmark and Disney have been sharing for years by visiting Hallmark.com or any Hallmark Gold Crown store, everybody. And we have another tradition that we'd like to share with you all. Every year, Crown Center Square in downtown Kansas City is completely transformed as the mayor's Christmas tree becomes the centerpiece of the city's holiday celebration.
wow.
It is stunning. I mean, there it is right there. It's a 100-foot tree, and it really serves as the symbol of the mayor's Christmas Tree Fund, which is a charitable foundation whose mission is to provide assistance to families in need during the holidays. So beautiful. And at the end of every year, I love this part, the Christmas tree is then recycled and transformed into the following year's signature Mayor's Christmas Tree Ornament, which, by the way, is designed by Hallmark. All proceeds benefit the Mayor's Christmas Tree Fund so visitors can commemorate the season with a gift that gives back. And this year's 38th edition of the Mayor's Christmas Tree Ornament, All Aboard, was created from last year's tree and is available now. Just want to point out that we've had so much fun sharing all the behind-the-scenes magic at Hallmark headquarters in Kansas City. I mean, you and Ken in particular, because you guys got to be there in person and sharing your experience with us.
Oh, I
We
feel so honored.
appreciate that. And since we're in the season of giving, today we are very excited to announce our Holiday Magic at Crown Center Vacation Giveaway Package. Here's how it works, everybody. One lucky winner will receive a 2-night stay at the Westin Kansas City at Crown Center, a $250 Crown Center gift certificate, 4 tickets to amazing attractions, including Sea Life Kansas City Aquarium, Legoland Discovery Center, Science City, and the National World War I Museum and Memorial. Now, for all the details, just head over to our Facebook page. They will all be there, but good luck and have a great time, everybody. And thank you again to Maria.
I want to do that.
All right?
Yes.
Isn't that a great
sounds
deal?
wonderful.